And a musician has raised over £17,000 for Salisbury Hospice charity. Mary Spender, who grew up in the city, did a 24-hour live stream on her YouTube channel, taking part in a lot of music-related activities. She told Spire FM that it was an enjoyable challenge, but it was nothing like what NHS workers are going through right now.
I loved every second of it. I did get a little bit tired, but then I just think of all the workers, especially, in the NHS right now and hospices around the country, like they are exhausted all the time. So me being tired from just, talking about music, playing music was just a small effort in comparison to what people are doing.
Here's the story of my 24-hour live stream I completed to raise money for Salisbury Hospice charity. It's a bit of a Tenacious D moment because YouTube doesn't save live streams longer than 12 hours, which I discovered afterwards. So if you didn't catch it, then this is a tribute to the greatest live stream you'll never see. It is 7:52 on Thursday the 30th of April. In 24 hours, I will have 8 minutes left of my 24-hour live stream. So I guess I better start. So where did this idea come from? A few weeks ago, my friend Francis Cade, who you might know from his incredible cycling vlogs, did something superhuman and cycled up the equivalent of 2 Everests on his turbo trainer at home, raising thousands of pounds for the NHS. It's been a while since I've seen something so extraordinary that I just couldn't get it out of my head. First of all, coming up with the idea, which is insane, then executing it is another thing. The toll it must have taken on his body, and then of course the mental strength he showed just really impacted me. And it took him like 27 hours, and it just inspired me to do something that I could actually achieve, and that was a 24-hour live stream of music, interviews, and just songs, and just and questions and answers as well with my audience. 1 hour down, only 23 more to go. It's going to be so easy with all you guys watching and keeping me entertained. The best thing about telling my friends and family was that no one even tried to talk me out of it. I think they know by now that I probably wouldn't listen. So then, that was that. The thought was there. Put it out into the world, and then luckily achieved it with a lot of people's help. Actually, first of all, I had to learn how to live stream on YouTube because I hadn't really live streamed before. I've done a lot of prepared, edited videos on my YouTube channel. I attempted my first hour the week before. After that hour went by so quickly, I walked out of my studio and said, right, 24 hours, here I come, easy. I knew everyone was at home at the moment, so I knew people would be able to actually view it. I knew if I waited too long, it'd just build up the pressure, so I only announced a few days before. I rang Salisbury Hospice charity and asked what the best way of donating would be, so created a Just Giving page, and then tried to figure out the best way to live stream from my home studio for that 24-hour period. Just here, sat at my desk. This is what you've looked like to me. So, quick gear rundown. I kept it simple. Used a Logitech webcam for the video, a Blue Yeti for the desktop microphone, all hooked up to my iMac. Then I used OBS as my streaming software and used Zoom for the calls. When playing the electric guitar, I had it running out through my cab, so from the Orange Rocker 15 via the Universal Audio aux box, just to keep a sweet tone, but whilst keeping the volume low. Didn't want any noise complaints from the neighbours. Oh. The only worrying thing was Wi-Fi strength, but it mostly held up. This live stream hasn't fallen apart just yet, almost 5 hours in. And I'm only 6 hours in, so I can't get emotional yet. We've got 18 hours to go. 9 hours of streaming, which is mad. Over 12 hours streamed already. 14 hours. It is 1:18. Yeah, now we're getting into the final few hours. Well, not few hours. Still got a long way to go. I've been on YouTube for 23 hours.
And on your Just Giving page, you set a target of £5,000, and I mean, you absolutely smashed it, completely eclipsed it.
Almost 5,000. £6,148. Whoa! Every time. 7,172. Ah, this is bad. Can someone bring me some champagne? I should have thought about champagne. I'm gonna have a nice cry after all this is done. Off camera. Off camera. I'm gonna try and do it off camera. That is so not in the right tuning. So enjoy me tuning for the next
the last sort of minute and a half of your live stream. And you're obviously very emotional, which is completely understandable. But what kind of was going through your head when you were writing the £15,000 on your board?
Yeah, I was an emotional wreck by the end, and I'm English, I love to hide my feelings, but I was so overwhelmed by the generosity of everyone that watched. Not crying, you're crying. That I cried. I sent my love to everyone at the hospice, the patients and staff. I felt like I'd gone on a roller coaster, but I was just sat in one room for 24 hours, and it was spectacular. You can probably tell by the way I'm talking about it, I still can't quite believe it. So what did I do for 24 hours? I played guitar a lot. Sleep has become my simple wish as my eyelids draw heavy, my heartbeat can't rest. I sang many songs. I tried to record a full song while streaming Logic, but I'll be honest, that didn't really work out as planned. I answered questions from my darling Patreon supporters about music, creativity, and gear, even showing off my pedal board. Waves crash around you, no time to feel lonely. But who are you trying to be? I got creeped out. Am I being haunted? That was terrifying. I avoided energy drinks because they're disgusting and stuck to water, green tea, coffee. This is not going down the route of boozing all night, even though I'd love to. And ate properly in my breaks. No sugar though. Didn't want to have a spike in energy. I did suffer from what I called Livestream brain when I couldn't find the words needed. I've got Livestream brain, that's what we're going to call it. Either when talking about a topic or when I was made speechless by kind words or the donation total going up. Then I called some friends who kept me entertained and made the hours fly by. So in order of appearance, it was really lovely to have Lee Anderton as my first guest, as Anderton's was the first guitar YouTube channel I was featured on back in 2017. Rachel K. Collier was obviously a total joy and kept me entertained, showing me her bass skills and even wearing a wolf t-shirt to join me in the Lone Wolf theme. Adam Neely joined the call while Rachel and I weren't quite finished chatting, and luckily those two get on like a house on fire. Tora played to me on her brand new electric guitar, and we spoke about Alec Baldwin being a fan of hers and reposting one of her most recent videos. Then at 8 p.m, Paul Davids phoned in from his brand new studio, literally the day before his beautiful son was born, so we had some good timing there. Then I had to get Francis Cade on the stream, joined by his girlfriend Daisy, because after all, this was all their fault. Hi guys, this is all your fault. Then we hit a landmark of £10,000 with Dodie on the live stream, and it was so great to chat while she's at home writing prolifically. Then it had been a while since I caught up properly with Rob Scallon, my double-sided guitar duet partner, and I know some people loved seeing him hang out in the comments too. Okay, I better settle in for a long night. It's just about to approach midnight in England, and been live streaming since 8 a.m, but raised over £10,000, so couldn't be happier. I was serenaded at midnight by the sublime Joey Landreth with some of my favourite songs of his, and it was so cool to chat road stories. I mean, here's my face whilst being sung to. Rhett and I can talk for days. We always end up talking about guitars, creativity, YouTube, and honestly, this call was just as it is for our podcast episodes. One of us ends up re-motivating the other one. Although he did try to be a bit too funny. Rhett, get on. Get on the stream. Keep me company, man. He's messing with me. Don't make me cry. He was like, I'm fixing to go to bed. I was like, wait, what time is it in Atlanta? It's not 2 a.m. there. No. Slow. I'm getting slow. I'm going to get slow. Tony and Raina blew me away with a song and turned the tables and asked me some very deep questions. Some were even controversial, like Stones versus Beatles. Angela was holding her beautiful new Martin, and we reminisced on hanging out in San Diego this time last year. She's doing Q&As on her Instagram basically every day, so you should definitely check those out. Steve, aka Samurai Guitarist, definitely kept me going through the hardest moment, talking about fish tanks and bizarre fun rants he had. Honestly, he kept me awake. You're awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. You've brightened my day, starting off with goldfish. You took me through the roughest point, I think. And you just kept me entertained, so easy now. He could probably see I was having a rough moment and did a Q&A with everyone watching, which was awesome and allowed me to regroup and prepare for the final hour. Still got an hour to go, but only an hour to go. 7 a.m. The sun is not shining. The sky is blue though. It's light outside. I've been on YouTube for 23 hours. I was trying to read lyrics. Okay, here's the real song. Towards the end, I checked my phone a few times and saw some messages from family and friends that really tipped me over the edge. And then I had to try and finish strong and sing some more songs. To find somebody there, put myself in danger, just to see if you care. Lone wolves on for sure. You will never stay there by my side. I will let you run into the night. You could be everything I want. You could get me out of this darkness. You could be everything I need. Can't remember how it goes. Long Island City, oh well I see. The comments I got on the live chat were super motivating, and I know people were encouraging each other to donate too. It was beautiful to see clap emojis when it got to 8 p.m, as it was just a Thursday night, so we have the clap for the NHS during lockdown. When I take a short break, it was so fun to return and see people having a sing-song. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Having a sing-song, thinking that I'm going for a nap. I'm not going for a nap yet. Accuse me of that at 4 a.m. when, if I take too long then. And it was just incredible to find out where people were tuning in from. It's just mad that people are watching me in New Zealand, in Brazil, South Africa, Spain, Austria. Where else are you guys from? Russia. My God. Paris, Canada, Texas, Minneapolis, Italy, Scotland, New York, Greece, Virginia, California, Brooklyn, Honduras, Italy. Oh my God. It's just going wild. Switzerland, Norway. To every single one of you that took the time to donate, I literally cannot thank you enough. So there you have it, 24 hours condensed. As I said at the end of the live stream, it's the most meaningful thing I've ever done in my music career. So thank you for watching, thank you for donating, and I'll see you next week.